purpose of going to college? Is it for the freedom, the new relationships, or is it the knowledge that is gained? If you answered yes to all the above, the next question you must ask yourself is if you are getting all these by living off campus. Most college students have a great college experience, but the few who choose to live at home have different ones. Students might find living at home beneficial, but not living on campus would be a very big mistake. Students have to adjust to the college environment, and sometimes this change can be difficult. I personally lived in a dorm my freshman year, and it was one of the smartest things I have ever done. A student not living on campus for at least the first year will have a more difficult time adjusting to the new environment than a student that lives at home. College students should live on campus to have a well-rounded college experience. However, sometimes a wrong choice is made. Some students choose to live at home with their parents during their first year of college. Students find this option more affordable than paying to live in a dorm room. However, living at home makes the student less independent than dorm room students because parents make their meals, do their laundry, clean, and do all the shopping for them. College students need to gain independence by doing everything their parents used to do for them. While living on campus, students have to rely on themselves to do all these things on their own. When living on campus at the University of Kansas, I struggled at first figuring out how to cook, clean, and do laundry in the dorm room. But with the help of my roommates, we figured it out. Some students may not want to do these things, but if they look at the bigger picture of living in a dorm, they will be okay with it. The things that students should look forward to are setting their own rules, making their own curfews, bedtimes, study times, and when they eat. When students live at home, they are limited to what they can do and when they can do it. Some students also underestimate the value of $1 when they live at home. When in college, they learn how to manage their money and act responsible with it. Each of these tasks should be a part of a student's everyday life in order to gain their independence. College students want to gain independence and be free to do what they please. However, in order to have a stress-free schedule, some parents want their child to live at home. Sometimes parents have a hard time letting their children go, and they believe living at home is beneficial for their child. The average day of a college student involves a lot of stress in dealing with time management skills, which are vital in becoming an adult. Parents need to consider what their child will be missing out while not living on campus. Students need to have freedom from an authority figure and how to learn how to take care of themselves. Living on campus is a major change from living at home, but is a change all students have to make. Most of my friends in the dorms went home often to spend time with their parents or to study for a test over the weekend. I thought this was a good way for some of them to make the transition of home life to college life. Parents need to keep in mind that the longer their child lives at home, the more they will depend on their parents to do everything for them. Sometimes parents can end up babying their child too much and no independence is gained for that individual. New environments can be intimidating, but people will adjust to them the longer they are in the environment. College students have many opportunities when living on campus and are able to be involved in many different experiences. Dorms are a good place for meeting new people and to be involved in countless activities. Students can also get involved on campus with a group of people who live together, such as a sorority or fraternity. Becoming part of a group is a good way to be involved on campus and to maintain a higher grade point average. By living on campus, students can receive help with their schoolwork and extracurricular activities. Dorms provide multiple study groups and have computer labs for students to work at. There are also multiple places on campus where students can be productive in studying and receive tutoring sessions. The dorm I lived in had multiple study rooms with whiteboards and open seating. There was also a computer lab for students who didn't have computers or just wanted to get out of their room. When students are living at home, they don't have the same resources that the on-campus students have. This brings up the problem of transportation. When students live off campus, they are paying for parking passes, bus passes, and the gas to get to these places. When living on campus, most students ride the bus, ride a bike, or walk to class. Some students worry about gaining weight also while living on campus. But if students are riding their bike and walking everywhere, this shouldn't be an issue. Another way of staying active in college is using the on-campus gym or being on a sports sports team. Being active is a good way to keep students' minds off stressful situations and to keep off any weight that a student does not want. A student has many opportunities to get involved in activities or clubs on campus. Intramural sports are a good way to be active, to meet new people, and to have a lot of fun. Something is always going on around campus, you just have to get involved. From joining groups and living in the dorms, you gain one of the most important things in life, which is friends. Meeting new people can be hard to do, but not when you live in a dorm. According to ecampustours.com, living in a dorm means that there will always be someone around to hang out with. There is either a friend above you, below you, or right beside you. I found this very true when I lived in the dorms, and now that I live off campus, I wish I could walk down the hallway and find one of my friends waiting there for me. With off-campus living, you will not have this opportunity to interact with people. Another source from collegelife.com states most students feel disconnected from college life while living off campus. Students that live on campus have more than just their parents and siblings to talk to, and they might end up meeting their lifelong friends. I made a group of friends in the dorms, and we still get together every week. Without the dorms, I wouldn't have a big group of friends like I do now. When students live in the dorms, the room is more than just a place to sleep. There are several types of rooms at every college that provide multiple things. Some rooms provide sinks, bathrooms, living rooms, and even small kitchens. When I was looking at the University of Kansas, I went to the housing information listed at housing.ku.edu. This website lists each dorm along with the floor plans and amenities that are included in each dorm building. I have a couple of them that I could pass around, and one of them even includes the eating with the meal plan that is included with the dorms. Dorm rooms are where students eat, sleep, and interact with their peers. Collegebound.net provides information about different universities and what their rooms provide to students. It also lists ideas such as making beds into couches, rearranging furniture to work out, and having a whole room for a game room. Dorm rooms can be more than just a place to sleep. Students just have to be creative. In order to have a great college experience, students need to live on campus their freshman year, where they can be involved in life-changing events. Students need to realize that when they live in a dorm, they can do what they please without an authority figure watching over their every move. In doing this, they will be gaining their independence and figuring out who they are. College can be a dramatic time for students and can set the path for their future. There are multiple ways for the transition to be easy, but the students have to be willing to get involved on campus. Parents need to stop babying their children and set their children free from their stress life. Most students visit home and get to go home over breaks that the college has. This is a good way for the parents and the student to gain trust and independence. I know I wouldn't be where I am today without the dorms. When students graduate and look back on their college career, they will be pleased that they chose to live on the campus where they experienced the greatest time of their life. I also have a list that KU provides to the freshmen that go into the dorms of a list of stuff that they need to bring.